There's 4 towns near Greenville that just ranked amongst the 4 fastest growing towns in the entire country. And the funny thing is, most people's never heard of them. The Greenville metro area just crossed over 1 million residents, and 4 of the communities surrounding it landed on the national list for 2025. This market's moving fast, and where you choose to land inside of it matters more than most buyers realize. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down the fastest growing cities around Greenville so you can figure out which one actually fits your lifestyle. And be sure to stick around to the end because I'm going to tell you about the one that most buyers overlook for some reason, but smart buyers are actually considering it before the price catches up with what's actually being offered. My wife and I work with a lot of relocating buyers all the time, and some of the conversations pretty much go the same way. They've decided on Greenville, that's where they fell in love, they know they want to be somewhere close to the city, and then they ask the question that no one gave them a clear answer on before they called me, which is where near Greenville should we actually live and consider? And honestly, that question can sometimes be harder than it sounds because all the suburbs around Greenville are really different from one another in ways that listing photos online don't always reveal. The right area for a family who's prioritizing schools over everything else may not be the best fit who wants a walkable, small downtown feel. The town that may offer the best bang for the buck and more home for your money may not always have the best and fastest commute. And the towns that seem affordable today may be pricing out of reach than some buyers realize it. So all the communities in this video are the ones that the data say are moving the fastest, and one that a lot of our clients are considering once they find the home that's the right fit. And before we dive in, if we haven't met yet, I'm Gary with Homes Ever After. We help buyers and sellers all across the Upstate, and we enjoy helping people navigate this market every single day. So reach out if you have any questions. We'd love to be a resource to you. And without further ado, these are the fastest growing cities near Greenville and what you need to know about each one of them before you make a decision. So number 1 on our list is Greer, the fastest growing city in South Carolina. Greer ranks 17th on the fastest growing cities in the entire United States in 2025, growing 7.3% in a single year to reach a population of just over 50,000 today. And of course, that's not an accident. Greer sits strategically placed in one of the most active places in the Upstate right now. It kind of sits right in between both Greenville and Spartanburg with direct access to I-85 and of course the local GSP National Airport. You also have BMW's only U.S. manufacturing plant located in Greer. Like I already mentioned, the Greenville Spartanburg International Airport and Inland Port Greer. For dual income household where one party works in Greenville, the other one works in Spartanburg, Greer's the perfect fit because it's right in the middle of them both. The housing market in Greer spans from historic homes that have been around for a very long time to brand new construction and everything in between. And of course, it's still affordable relative to the direction that it's heading and all the growth that it's seen. But of course, that window won't stay open indefinitely. Next on our list, we have Simpsonville and Five Forks. These could be considered the most complete suburban experience in all of Greenville. Simpsonville anchors what a lot of locals call the Golden Strip. It's the corridor along I-385 that kind of runs all throughout Greenville that's absorbed a significant share of all the local growth. Five Forks consistently ranks as number 1 in all of Greenville County. On independent livability ratings, a lot of top marks for school, safety, and of course family amenities. The housing range here in this area is honestly kind of broad. A single family home could be in the mid 300s up to almost 400 all the way. Under 400,000 here gets you a nice single family home in a well-established community. From 400,000 to 800,000 is going to open up a lot more options for you. You'll have communities like Waverly Hall, Stonehaven, and Five Forks Plantation to consider. Above 800,000, you start tapping into what we would call luxury communities for our area, like Kingsbridge and Southampton, some of the most prestigious addresses in all of Greenville County. And the trade-off is the same one that you'll find in any built-out community and suburban market. The infrastructure is excellent. The schools are strong. The amenities are all there. The days of finding undervalued inventory is largely behind for the most part. This is the market for people who want the complete package and of course are willing to pay for it. And if you're trying to figure out which of these towns fits your actual lifestyle and you want some information or someone to point you in the right direction, don't hesitate to reach out. We love having those conversations. Next on our list is Mauldin. Mauldin is the fastest growing town within that golden strip that I mentioned previously. Mauldin ranked 54th on the list of the fastest growing cities in the entire country, adding over 1,500 residents at a 5.2% increase. It sits right alongside Simpsonville and the Golden Strip and is finally building something it's historically lacked, and that's a genuine city center. Greenville Pro Soccer is actually bringing a new stadium to Mauldin, home of the Greenville Triumph and Greenville Liberty. And that kind of anchor development changes the character of a community. It brings about retail, dining, and all kind of activities to enjoy. And for buyers who want to get ahead of the transformation before it takes place, and at prices that still reflect the pre-transformation, now is the time to do so, and a lot of people are capitalizing on that. Mauldin is really one of the more interesting opportunities around right now, especially for the Greenville market as a whole. The schools are solid, the location is convenient, and entry price points are generally more accessible than surrounding areas like Five Forks and Simpsonville, while keeping you all within the same corridor in close proximity. And next is Fountain Inn. Fountain Inn is the small town alternative that's growing a whole lot faster than most people realize. In 2025 alone, it grew 6.5%, which is incredible. And it has a kind of downtown authentic character that's increasingly rare in fast-growing suburban markets like we have here. You have the Mill at Fountain Inn, a brewery and a food hall that's got a nice outdoor stage, great for family entertainment. If you want to go out and just spend a night enjoying and socializing, you definitely have to check out the Mill. The average home price in this area is going to be around $315,000 or so, and it makes it one of the more affordable options in the area with a lot of real growth potential and momentum for the Greenville area. The commute to Simpsonville and Mauldin is manageable, and downtown Greenville, about 30 minutes to get there, so it's not too bad. Fountain Inn is probably one of those markets for people who still want some character and a little bit of affordability in a community that's actively improving, rather than one that's already priced in all of its potential. Fountain Inn's got a lot of room for growth, and we've been seeing that year over year. And next on our list is Travelers Rest. This is for those that are looking for that outdoor lifestyle that's in close proximity to Greenville, and it's checking a lot of boxes for buyers who are exploring this area. Travelers Rest actually sits about 15 minutes north of downtown Greenville. And over the years, it's transformed from a quiet small town into one of the Upstate's most highly sought after areas. You have the Swamp Rabbit Trail, which runs directly through it, connecting residents to downtown Greenville by foot or by bike. You have the Blue Ridge Mountains, which begin immediately in the northwest. The restaurant and retail scene has grown significantly as the community's reputation has spread beyond the outdoor enthusiast market that really kind of discovered it first. It's walkable in a way that most Greenville cities are not, and it has a genuine feel of place and purpose that's difficult to manufacture in some areas. For buyers who prioritize outdoor access, walkability, and proximity to downtown Greenville without being right in the middle of it all, Travelers Rest consistently earns a spot at the top of the list. And Woodruff, South Carolina, is the fastest growing city in all of South Carolina. Woodruff grew 16.8% in 2025, making it the fastest growing city in the entire state by growth rate alone. It's located in the southern Spartanburg County, right off of I-26 and 385. Woodruff has attracted close to $1 billion in announced industrial investments all around, including a BMW electric vehicle plant. And that's the kind of employment-driven demand that builds lasting housing market strength. Woodruff is earlier in its development cycle than a lot of the other communities on the list. Buyers are going to get more land, they're going to get more home, and they're going to get more room to grow for their dollar than some of the other areas we previously mentioned. The infrastructure and the amenity build-out is still catching up, but for buyers with a longer horizon who want to position themselves ahead of the market that all the data is pointing to, Woodruff is the most compelling growth story in all of Greenville and Spartanburg corridor right now. So which one of these do you think is the one that most buyers are overlooking and not giving a lot of initial thought to? If you guess Fountain Inn, you've guessed it right. It doesn't get the same recognition as Simpsonville and Five Forks, or maybe even Travelers Rest. It doesn't have the employment opportunities like Greer has with BMW or the local airport at GSP International. But it's got a super authentic, small town charm, incredible downtown that's seeing a lot of growth and opportunity right now. The buyers that are getting into Fountain Inn right now are getting into a community at the right time of change and a lot of growth. Every town on the list has the right merits for the right buyer. But if you're asking me which one represents the best combination of value, momentum, and lifestyle for buyers who are paying attention to where this market is headed, Found Inn is the answer that I probably keep coming back to the most. So I want to hear from you. Are you in the process of trying to figure out where to land within Greenville, or do you already live in one of these towns that's mentioned on the list? Drop it in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. And if you're trying to figure out which of these towns fits your budget, your commute, your lifestyle, don't hesitate to reach out. That conversation is exactly what we're here for. I appreciate you stopping by, and we'll see you on the next one.